Good evening, folks. I trust you had a good day today and you're having a good week. What is it society says? This is hump day to the work week. It's Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday are gone. Thursday and Friday are still to come. This is the time that everything kind of turns over. I want to talk to you for just a few minutes about in due time. Uh, the farmer plants his field, and I used to love it. We pastored our first church. It was a little country church, but God just gloriously blessed us. And I could drive 2 miles from the church in Parsonage, and I could pass one of my board members out on his humongous tractor pulling a 8 hitch plow behind it, fixing his ground. And I could drive another 2 miles down the road and I could pass the Amish farmer out in the field with his 8 hitch team pulling a 2 bottom plow. The way they did it was the same, but very much different. But the fact is, it was for the very same concept. Till the ground, plant the seed, and then in due time, due season, the crops are going to come forth. Now, there's a lot of things that goes into that time between planting and harvesting, and the farmer has learned you've just got to wait until the seed bears fruit. So in due time it shall bring forth. In Matthew chapter 13, verse 24 said, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. And yet, while he slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. We can plant good seed, but we've got to be vigilant that the enemy does not sow tares among our good seed. I had a dear friend one time wrote a song, and he said, I'd rather be a broken vessel, mended and sealed, than a beautiful vase unwilling to yield. And though you see my scars from falling, I'm ashamed they had to be, but the treasure within the vessel is what the potter sees. It is this treasure that we want to bring out in the things of God, that we can bring about success for Jesus Christ. There are some things you need to consider when looking at this. We understand Jesus is the sower. He said the sower was the Son of Man. We know that this Son of Man is the Christ himself. And the sower of the good seed is the owner of the field, not the sower of the tares. The enemy will come to us and try to tear down those things that we are trying to build up. But God wants us to understand, if we are faithful and we do our part, that in due time, in due season, it will bring forth the good things. Jesus came to sow good seed. Jesus didn't bring bad seed to sow. And yet, when he came to sow the good seed, the world is the field. Now, what we must understand, that You and I, we are planting the good seed of Jesus Christ into the world. The world, by right, is God's. He created it. It's His. And we are just sojourners here doing what He calls us to do. And if we are faithful, if we will do that He calls unto us, in due time, we shall reap the harvest. I told you last night that one of my favorite seasons, or maybe my favorite season, is the fall. And the colors are beautiful, but not only are the colors so beautiful, the fall is a time of reaping of the harvest. I'm just a little country boy, grew up farm, and I understand the farm life, but we don't plant today and reap tonight. We plant and reap, and in the fall, the reaping takes place. And that's because the planting took place. Take your life, plant into your life and the world around you the good things of God, and watch God do the miracle. I'm telling you, it is amazing. You put the seed in the ground, you cover it up. It's there hidden in dark for a while. And you apply the water to it and keep an eye, and in a little while that little green starts breaking through the ground, because it's on its way to building a harvest in the fall. Sometimes you may feel like you are in a dry land. Sometimes you may feel like you're flooded with circumstances. But through it all, God is using us to bring forth a harvest. And the harvest that we need to bring forth is he that winneth souls is wise. God wants us to win the lost at any cost. So I ask you tonight, are you doing all you can to sow the good seed of Jesus Christ in a lost and dying world? I hope you are, because the end result is going to be what we reap from what we have planted. And don't expect it all to come overnight. There is a patience in planting and reaping, and that may be one of the hardest things that you and I have to deal with, is patience. We want patience, and we want it right now, the old saying goes, but patience, you have to hold on. Songwriter said, hold on just a little while longer. Hold on. Soon, my friend, God is going to come and take us to our reward, and what a glorious, awesome time that's going to be, standing in the presence of the King. And standing in the presence of the King, we are going to be able to lay our sheaves, our harvest, at the feet of Jesus. And can I tell you today, just before I close, that what we need to do is be wise in God. And the Bible teaches us that he that winneth souls is wise. Let us plant, let us water with prayer, and let us reap the increase that God is building. You have a good remainder of the night. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow night, right here, one more time. Enjoy Jesus and all that he is, and all that he is going to do for you. We love you. God bless you. Go with God, and God will go with you. Good night.
die.